We formed Escazú, my partner Danielle and I formed Escazú after traveling in Costa Rica. I had learned some chocolate making from a farmer there. It was the first time I'd seen it made. She's Venezuelan, so she grew up around chocolate. And we both had a culinary background, so we sort of made a transition from being chefs to opening a bean-to-bar chocolate company. At the time, we were one of only a dozen in the country that were making chocolate from the bean. Every year it's a little different, but we typically source from several farms directly. So the Costa Rican farm, which I have a long relationship with that farmer, we generally get one harvest a year. This year we've gotten a lot from a co-op in Peru, organic and fair trade beans from Peru that are fantastic. Since Danielle is Venezuelan, we have a good connection with the families there. It's difficult now with the politics getting cacao out of that country, but we do have a shipment coming in soon. So every year we get, the mix is a little bit different. And what we'll do is we'll import what we're going to use for the year. We hand sort the beans to remove flat beans, rocks, things like that. Occasionally we get something really odd like a knife or a bone. Then we'll do a roast. We were lucky that we started so early with this that we were able to find some antique equipment that a lot of places don't have. So we have a 1920s roaster and a 1930s stone grinder, and that's basically the heart of our business. We got both of those in Spain. So we'll start with a roast. We roast at a really low temperature so that the delicate flavors of the bean are preserved. The higher the heat, the more likely you'll lose some of those nuances that we pay top dollar to get in the beans. Then after a cool down, then we run them through a machine that cracks them, removes the outer husk, and the husk we end up, a lot of that goes to Full Steam Brewery in Durham. They make a beer out of it. Then what's left behind is called the nib, and the nib will go into the stone grinder. And within, it takes several hours to get the nibs into the stone grinder because it's basically stone wheels rolling over a stone base, and you have to feed them in slowly. So after a few hours, you've got a paste going. Then we'll add the sugar, and at the point that we add the sugar, it stays in the grinder for 4 days. So after the 4th day, we pull the chocolate out, we put it into blocks, and we age it. We age it for about a month, depending on what kind of chocolate we're making. After the aging process, it comes back out, gets remelted, and we will, at that point, form it into bars. We make truffles, confections, ice cream, all of that stuff. So everything that you would use chocolate for, that's what happens to it next.